Welcome back, currency watchers and members of the dinar community. Today, we're tackling a topic that's creating a lot of buzz, along with confusion, speculation, and even a bit of fear throughout the global dinar space. But take a deep breath. By the time we're done here, you'll not only have a clear picture of what's happening, but also a better understanding of what it all means for you, especially if you're holding physical Iraqi dinar notes. Let's get right into it. Iraq's central bank has officially announced its intention to launch a central bank digital currency, commonly known as a CBDC. This is not a rumor. This is a confirmed move directly from the governor of the Central Bank of Iraq. The plan is to eventually eliminate traditional paper currency and replace it with a fully digital version of the Iraqi Dinar, issued, managed, and regulated by the central bank. This is a historic and bold shift. Iraq isn't just trying to keep up with the digital economy. It's aiming to position itself as a leader in adopting blockchain-based financial systems. Think of it as Iraq following a path similar to China's development of the digital yuan. It's a clear sign that Iraq is serious about modernizing its monetary system and taking a major step forward into the future of finance. Naturally, this announcement has caused a ripple effect throughout the dinar community. The most common concern we're hearing is this. If Iraq is going fully digital, what happens to the physical 25,000 dinar notes so many of us have in our possession? Will they still be exchangeable? Will we be left holding worthless paper? That's exactly what we're going to unpack right now. Let's start with what we know based on expert commentary and credible sources. Sandy Ingram, a well-known voice in the currency space, recently addressed this situation. Her view is that holders of legitimate Iraqi dinar will likely be given an opportunity to exchange those notes through local banks or foreign exchange markets once the digital currency is formally launched. However, she's quick to point out something critical. There will almost certainly be deadlines. Iraq will likely set specific windows of time during which the old paper currency can be swapped for the new digital version. Miss that window and the paper may lose its legal tender status. Now, before panic sets in, let's make something very clear. No country can legally shut out holders of legitimate, legally obtained currency from participating in a conversion process, especially not a country that wants to maintain trust and stability in its financial system. If you've got authentic Iraqi dinar, you will have a way to exchange it. But you must pay close attention to announcements from Iraq's central bank and be prepared to act within the time frame they provide. Another prominent figure in the community, Pimpy, weighed in with his perspective, and it's an important one. He cautions against panic and misinformation and instead encourages people to stay calm and think through the process logically. According to him, what Iraq is planning isn't a secretive move to tank its own economy. The country has no incentive to destroy consumer confidence, spark protests, or damage its credibility. Instead, Pimpy believes what's coming is a redenomination, not a devaluation. Let's explain what that means because it's one of the most misunderstood terms in this whole conversation. A redenomination is when a country changes the face value of its currency, often by removing extra zeros to make it easier to use in daily life. For example, a 25,000 dinar note could become a 25 dinar note. But here's the important part. The market value stays the same. The purchasing power doesn't change. So if that 25,000 dinar note is worth about $19 USD today, the new 25 dinar note would also be worth about $19 USD after redenomination. No wealth is lost. No one is being robbed. The currency is simply being reformatted for easier domestic use. This process is normal. Many countries have gone through it: Turkey, Zimbabwe, Venezuela, and others. Redenomination is a technical accounting-level change that helps restore confidence in a currency and simplify financial transactions. It's not the same as revaluation, which is when the actual market value of the currency changes in relation to other currencies. Unfortunately, many people confuse these two terms. Redenomination does not mean your investment disappears. It means the large denominations are being converted into smaller, more practical notes, often in conjunction with the issuance of new currency, digital or otherwise. But what about the logistics of exchanging your physical dinar? This is where things get interesting. According to Walking Stick, a trusted source with contacts inside Iraqi banking circles, the Central Bank of Iraq is preparing a global infrastructure to help facilitate this transition. That means authorized private banks around the world, not just inside Iraq, will be contracted to collect old physical dinar notes and process them for conversion to the new system. So if you're in Canada, the UK, Australia, Japan, or the United States, you won't have to travel to Baghdad or ship your notes to unknown third parties. You'll likely be able to walk into a participating bank in your country and complete the process legally, securely, and efficiently. In the U.S., it's been reported that specific American banks will handle this process exclusively for U.S. citizens, ensuring regulatory compliance and protection. This kind of international coordination isn't unprecedented. Other nations that have redenominated or digitized their currencies have implemented similar global exchange systems to protect legitimate investors and stabilize their financial ecosystem. Now, just because the infrastructure is global doesn't mean you can afford to be passive. Iraq is expected to announce clear start and end dates for this exchange process. Once that deadline passes, those old notes will no longer be valid. And history shows that when countries do this, the windows to act are limited. Just look at India's sudden demonetization, Venezuela's redenomination schedules, or Zimbabwe's currency phase-outs. In each case, those who hesitated lost out. The same will be true for Iraq. There will be an organized, well-communicated transition, but it will come with hard cutoffs. The country has no interest in operating a hybrid currency system of old and new notes indefinitely. That would only create confusion, mistrust, and potential instability. So what does this mean for you? It means the responsibility is on you to stay informed, watch for official communications, and be ready to move. When Iraq flips the switch, the news will spread fast, via banks, Forex platforms, and financial news outlets. You won't need to hunt for updates on obscure forums or social media channels. But you will need a plan, because once the window closes, it's closed for good. Now here's the upside. If you're prepared, this transition doesn't have to be a threat. It can be an opportunity. You'll be able to protect your holdings, retain their value, and position yourself for whatever comes next in Iraq's evolving economy. This isn't about fear. So many in the dinar community are stuck hoping for a revaluation windfall that they're missing the real moment of action, preparing for redenomination and digital conversion. Educating yourself on the differences between revaluation and redenomination is key. Redenomination is about cleaning up the currency system internally. It doesn't change how much your dinar is worth on the open market. The only way you lose value is by ignoring deadlines, falling for scams, or failing to act. Iraq's move to a digital currency is not just a technical upgrade. It's a strategic leap into the future. It signals the country's commitment to modernization and integration with the global financial system. For investors, it signals a time to be alert, informed, and ready, not worried or confused. In closing, understand this. Iraq is not trying to exclude you or undermine your investment. Quite the opposite. They're building a secure and global system to include you in this next chapter. But you must meet them halfway by staying vigilant and acting when the time comes. Thanks for tuning in. Stay informed, stay ready, and as always, be wise with your investment.